you know what? I realize that a lot of people assume that people know what the law is. And people don't. You can't watch two Judge Judys in Law and Order and do this stuff, people.
I know you watch two judges and know the law because they be telling you different things.
You can't watch two courtrooms and know the law. Right. You really have to be trained.
Half of the lawyers don't be knowing the law.
And the problem is half of the judges don't know the law. And especially these days when everything goes. You know what I'm saying? You just have to identify with a judge. You don't have to know the law or be able to do it or to implement it.
Are we still going to dinner?
Yeah. I just identify with the judge. All rise. I hear that and I know to stand up. That's all I know. But my point I was trying to make before I was so distracted is
I'm gonna need
that
you to stay focused.
People
you all over the place. Stay focused, ma'am.
Okay. I'll try, Diva. I'll try.
Please.
Welcome to another episode of Diva Court.
You wanted me to look at you so bad.
You
I was
can't
looking
look at
straight,
me.
and usually I start like this.
You can't look at
and
me.
I see you out the corner of my eye.
You can't look at me. I'm your
so
host,
bad.
Marsha Mignot. With me is my co-diva that's scared to look at me.
No. My nickname this week is Losing Weight Smith. I'm losing weight.
Okay, Tire Slashing Smith.
Losing weight because I got a walking stick. We could call her Walking Stick Smith.
Okay, so she's on a new diet, listeners. Can you tell? But it doesn't matter because this show is for edutainment purposes only. And we're not going to be responsible for what she has to say, losing weight.
Yeah.
Do you know that diets cause your brain to be fuzzy?
I know. You told me that before.
Okay.
I was real skinny too.
You guess you didn't believe me.
Well, shoot. I need to drop a pound or 6. I'm feeling better though. Like
that's good.
When I was looking at the granny dress during the show the last time.
We don't wear granny dresses around here. We are divas granny. And we wear sexy dresses.
I was just thinking like, I feel like I was losing weight in the face. I just
my
need
word!
to catch up with
Why
my
is
body.
she losing weight in the face?
Wow, it's a thing. It's a thing.
Listeners, don't forget to look for our episodes each Wednesday. We push them out for you. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. This episode is sponsored by Cutie Nails and Spa in Midtown, offering manicures, pedicures, facials, and lashes. For all my lash ladies out there,
that's what's up.
You know what you need to do? Make your way down to Cutie Nails and Spa and let a team of cuties take care of you.
Hey, cutie. Oh, and if you let them know that you watched the show and say Cutie Court, they'll give you a special discount.
All right. Cutie Court is your discount code. Walk in the door at Cutie Nails and Spa and use your Cutie Court coupon.
Code.
That's the code you have to say when you walk in the door. Cutie Court.
Cutie Court.
And I'm like, excuse me, man, what's wrong with you? We don't sell those nails here.
Well, Diva Court said.
Diva Court said I can say Cutie Court. Bill, I'm sorry, we don't carry that color.
A court of cuties. That sounds like a harem.
A harem.
I thought you were clearing your throat.
It was a whole harem. A harem.
All right, listeners, topic number 1. Uvalde videos are released to the public before it was released to the families of the victims. Can they do anything right in Uvalde?
I don't really have a problem with that.
Are you serious? I have a problem with that. First you screw up and then you screw up again. You don't think it was respectful to say, all right, before we release anything to the public, let's give the families an opportunity to see the video footage.
So before we release anything to the public, let's give the families an opportunity to relive this traumatic experience again.
Guess what? It's a choice. We're saying to the families, out of respect, if you want to see the videos, remember the family can still say, no, thank you. And the families that, I don't think everybody was gonna go anyway. I think just the offer.
What was that gonna do? I mean, it's so many problems with this
It
particular
shows
situation.
that we are at least trying to fix the debacle, and that we are making attempts to at least be organized in our approach.
But releasing it to the public allows that to be not only to be seen by the family, but to show
So let me ask you a
complete
question.
transparency.
What if I did not want to see it on TV? I didn't know it was getting released. If I were invited to watch it, I was not going to go. And boom, in the middle of my news, here it comes.
Then you turn the channel. They always give you like the coming up the next, so we can show you the video of the blah blah blah, and you don't watch it.
Like I said, I come in the room and it's already there. Now I'm stuck. I'm frozen. I'm
You
traumatized.
Look.
I'm traumatized, and I can't stop watching the train wreck. And I just sit there and watch it and start bawling and crying, and you triggered something for me. Wouldn't have been kind enough to say to me, hey, it's coming out, and it's coming out next week. So please make sure you know we released it Monday to the media. And if you don't want to see it, make
But
sure.
why are we? Well, that's facts, not an evidence. We don't know. That's not what they told them. All we know is that they release it to the public and then give them a private screening. Like, why do we need? Why?
Okay,
you need a
so
private
the
screening?
family members are angry. Let me put it that way. And they're angry because the first time they realized the videos were released is when it was released to the public, and the public aired it.
I mean, they got so many things to be mad at. Like the
Well, of
video
course,
being
I'm
released.
mad at the death of my child. I'm mad there. And now you're going to give me some more stuff to be
I'm
mad about.
focusing on how we gonna get rid of these police officers. I don't care about the. I don't care about
we
the video.
we really need an investigation. We couldn't just watch the video. Okay,
No.
I understand due process. I am an attorney. Due process is, hold on, press play. All right, you're fired.
Right, but I feel like it needed to be released to the public so that everybody can.
No,
see
I'm
this
not
debacle.
saying don't release it to the public. My point is, be courteous to these people and say, hey, guess what? We're going to release it, but we're holding it here. It's available. We'll have it on Tuesday and Wednesday if you want to see it. And if you don't want to see it, that's fine. We can understand. But we just want you to know that we're trying to be courteous to you, sympathetic to you. We're trying to show some respect.
I just think that maybe the public was screaming to see this video to see what happened.
And you
what
think it's
happened.
more important for
And
the
it's
public
more-
to have answers than for the family?
because it's a public situation.
No, it's not. It's a private situation.
It's not
My
a private situation.
my child
it's public
died.
dollars. It's taxpayers' money. It's a police department who failed, who didn't do their job. So now
So
I need to
you
see
want
how
to focus on the police department? I want to
Failing to
focus
do
on
their
the
job?
officials that are still not competent. So it looks like we need to fire more than just the police. We need to fire the leadership, the people who are at the top. Now we know why the police department is the way it is, based on the actions of leadership.
right, but
Debacle.
I mean, but it was right, but it was a debacle before the video.
Right, and where did debacle come from? Leadership. So we want.
You're not talking because we told you can't
So
talk no more.
here's
First of all, I know all the men out there were depressed these last 2 episodes, but they're like, I just
Is it 'cause they
Diva
missed
Court
you or
is my
something?
favorite show because of the man who's not on the TV.
Really?
No.
Can somebody turn his mic? Can you turn your mic off?
yeah. Turn your own mic
Turn
off.
off your mic.
Producer.
I have to.
There was a man on the show. Are you calling the man that was on the show a woman?
No, I don't know who. I didn't ever say it was a man on the show.
Oh, he didn't know we had another man.
We had another
Yeah,
man.
no, I didn't have a problem. With
I
that.
can have another you in a minute.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fiance.
Matter of fact.
Fiance. Fiance. I'm gonna need you to
I
stop.
don't have the auto
To
tune
the
on your
left,
mic.
to the left.
No, to get back on point.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And to get back on mic.
Hence,
Yeah.
hence
Only
why
one
the
woman
vacation was necessary.
It's going to be on mic.
No.
Okay. Only one woman is going to be on mic. Okay.
And that
He
would
belongs
be me.
to me.
That would be me.
No. He belongs to me. Okay.
The leadership. This is a question about leadership. Like,
Yes.
we can look and see that the police aren't good, but what you're actually trying to prove when you release these videos in the proper way is, hey, the leadership up here, your mayor, your whatever, your police chief, the people who are actually trying to make decisions and lead these organizations are at least competent enough to handle these things. And that way you can root out where the issue is.
I'm cutting you off because I'm about to lay it down.
Go ahead. Lay down bricks.
Every time we hear a black person dying, we want to see the video and we want to see it instantly. We don't want it to run through no filters. Show us the video. Let's not wait. Let's do it now.
No, but in those situations, let me clarify for the record, the family is the one that's demanding to see it, and they won't show it to the family. It ain't the public. The public jumps on board when somebody black dies and says, show it.
Just gonna clap back?
I had to. And show it to the family. So the public now comes out and starts helping the family push the cause of show it to the family, because the family keeps saying, show us the video. Show us the video of our armed brother. Mm-hmm. Show us the video of him pointing the gun at law enforcement. And then when they won't show it to the family or the family's lawyer, the public comes in and says, release the video. Mm-hmm. This is not that situation here. In this situation, the family is saying, we didn't even know. You're not even corresponding with us. You're not even talking to us to tell us what you're doing. And you think, oh, for full transparency, we'll release the video. No, that's not how it works.
I just think that this whole situation was a debacle, and everybody is just going in on the police officers. Even the officials are like, these guys were doing the worst. Let us even show you how bad it was. So we going to show everybody, because it's been such an outrage. We in week, 3, 4? Usually we get a school shooting, we over it. Not to say we over it, but
no, they usually are over it.
I understand what you mean. But
we understand what you mean, that people thoughts and prayers, and they're done.
And gone. We gone. He gone. She gone.
But this is wrong.
There'll be a couple of funerals.
Yeah.
And then it's over. That's it. But it was such a horrible situation. It's just like, throw it out there.
I think it's just the proof that the public pressure really got to them, because it was like just so clear.
Yeah.
That the police kind of like just dropped the ball.
And when we say not police, I'm talking about
let me tell you something.
The chief of the police, all the way down, the school police,
the entire department needs to be.
And maybe the mayor was like, release the video. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's when you, as a leader,
as a mayor,
has to understand. All right, I understand there's public pressure, but there's someone I have to take care of first.
So what did
the families?
What were they mad about? That they didn't get a chance to see it first, or that? What exactly?
No, let me tell you something. About? For example, let's say, let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say your child died and is a victim of a crime, right? And there's an autopsy of the child, or there's evidence of how the child died. And you as a parent, you're waiting for their investigation, because every time you call and say, I want to know what happens, they're like, ma'am, we're investigating, we'll get back with you. You say, I want to see the footage. I hear that there's footage. Ma'am, we're investigating, we'll get back with you. And the last conversation you had with leadership was that they were coming back to you with this evidence, and they're going to allow you an opportunity to see it. And the first time you ever see it is on television, you would be as angry and as hot as a recently fired 38, because you're saying, I've been asking you. Oh well, as a recently fired AR-15, you're asking them.
Speaking of that, you want to go shooting at the range today?
I can't keep her focused, listeners. I
mean, it was on my. When it pop in my brain, I gotta say it because I'm gonna forget.
No, I'm gonna need. Can we get her a writing pad where she could just?
You told me I couldn't have my phone.
Note to yourself. Note to self.
All right. All right. Continue.
Yeah. My point is, there is evidence that you want to review.
And the reason why, when you said 38, because I have a 380 and then like the number 380
wow.
is in there.
And that just reminds you of your weapon.
Remind me of the weapon. And we talked about shooting at the gun range. Awesome. And I was thinking, it's Sunday. We got free time.
Okay.
Maybe
not. Maybe not. Listeners, bear with me. Say a word of prayer. And stay tuned to Diva Court. I promise you. It gets better with time.
Getting back on the subject.
Back to the subject.
Okay.
You can understand how a family member or of a victim would be upset that you weren't even decent enough, Sir Mayor, Madam Mayor, whoever mayor you are, to show that leadership does exist. And we have a process. We have a procedure. We know how this is supposed to work. We've already messed everything else up. We're already sorry the death of your child was not prevented by our leadership. It's our leadership that caused this situation to happen.
I don't think I would be mad. I would be more mad that it wasn't released, period. Like, it don't matter. I see it on the news or see it in the I just wouldn't be mad. I mean, like, I'll keep my personal story out of it. But I had a similar experience, but I was hounded on the phone like.
Right.
And I mean, I got my information. But if it was released publicly, I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been relieved because it provided clarity. So that's why I
just don't think it's fair if your leadership to not show any form of respect to family by releasing the video.
So what if they said we don't want you to release the video because it was too traumatic?
Then you don't release it.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. If I'm the mayor and I have this type of debacle and the family members say I don't want the video released, I would sit down with them.
But what if some did and some didn't?
That's my point. I need to meet with these people so that I can answer all their questions and I can ease their fears and answer their concerns and address their concerns. Because maybe what they're concerned about, I could avoid. I could say to them, here's what we're going to do. Let's meet halfway. I'm going to release a portion of the videos. I still, based on transparency or based on the law, and explain to them, you know what? I realize that a lot of people assume that people know what the law is, and people don't. You can't watch two Judge Judys and Law and Order and do this stuff, people.
I know you watch two judges and know the law because they be telling you different things.
You can't watch two courtrooms and know the law. Right. You really have to be trained.
Half of the lawyers don't be knowing the law.
And the problem is half of the judges don't know the law. And especially these days when everything goes. You know what I'm saying? You just have to identify with a judge. You don't have to know the law or be able to do it or to implement it.
Are we still going to dinner?
Yeah. I just identify with the judge. All rise. I hear that and I know to stand up. That's all I know. But my point I was trying to make before I was so distracted is
I'm gonna need
that
you to stay focused.
People
you all over the place. Stay focused, ma'am.
Okay. I'll try, Diva. I'll try.
Please.
When you have when you're leadership and you have people that are saying, I want this and I don't want that. A lot of times if you bring everybody into the room and sit down and say to the person, why do you not want that? Answer the questions. Explain to people what the law requires you to do and what the law does not require you to do. Because people who are reasonable, and it sounded like these were reasonable people that were living their normal everyday lives, sending their children to school, showing up to awards day, because it was an awards day that day before. One parent was so disappointed with herself that the child asked to go home after she had gotten her award. And the mom said, I'll never live it down. If I had just taken her home, it's not like they were doing anything else. She died. So my point is, if the mayor was to sit down with the families and do the right thing, he could have gotten rid of all the concerns of the family members, addressed all their concerns, answer their questions, explain everything away. So now at least the family members understand, oh, the mayor explained to us the law says that he has to release this, or the law says he has to release that. And what the mayor is saying that he has to. And now as a mother, I'm like, wow, he couldn't stop the death of my child, but boy, he sure did show sympathy and compassion and empathy and answered so many of my questions. So now I know.
Cut a check.
No. They will.
I mean, I'm not saying that's gonna justify, but I don't. All that lip service don't mean nothing.
I'm the mayor. Don't worry.
Okay.
They are pulling out the checks.
Like if you, here's the thing.
They're trying to determine how much.
And said, I'm gonna cut a check, and then hey.
No. What the mayor's coming to you and saying is, I don't know how much, but I do know it will be something.
Right. Like that's what you could talk to me about.
I don't know.
You're not gonna be able to ease my concerns. That's what my pastor's for. You're not gonna be able to give me a hug. That's what my husband for. There's nothing. I'm just not that. I'm not that passionate about this situation. Like I can get fired up about certain things. I'm fired up about what happened. I'm fired up that the police stood there. I'm fired up about so many different things. But this is just like I'm so fired up about all this other stuff. Like if you didn't even go in, why would I even expect you to do it right? I'm not even going. My energy is all right, attorney. We got the video. Let's go. That's where I'm at. I can't get caught up in that.
No, but here's why some people get caught up in that. Because if I'm the parent that knows that school can't be shut down in Uvalde, I want it fixed. I don't want another parent. If my child died tragically, I want you to use my child's death as a platform for change.
I understand that.
But that's what I'm saying. I can't just get caught up in lawyer, let's just file suit, give me my check.
No, what I'm saying is the lawyer, we're going to do we changing everything.
But you can't, it's a process. And I'm saying if the mayor was to explain the process, a lot of this rhetoric that they're getting is because they are not following procedure.
I guess my thing is that when I lost my child, it was so many things that were issues that there, something like that, of whether or not the video, I saw the video before the video came out, would not even be on my radar. Let's change this. Let's do this. Let's do this. It's so many other things that is not even on my radar. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm mad about how the police are trained, and like this shouldn't happen.
But that's part of the point. If you show me that you can't even get release of a video right, why would I trust you?
They didn't release the police right.
That's my point. And if something as simple as how the process of getting the video out, if you can't get that right, how you gonna get properly trained officers? That means the mayor needs to quit.
That's why I need to go. That's why I'm
or leadership. I don't know who specifically.
The mayor, the governor, somebody.
That's why my advocate, my liaison, the
commissioners,
my person is going to do the fight and connect with the right people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but your person still wants to address. Let me tell y'all how you get the videos released. You understand? You don't do this. This is what you don't do. You bring the family members in. You have their representatives have questions or concerns that they've expressed to you. I don't have to speak to your client. I could speak to your lawyer. That's fine. You want to speak through your, if you want to get a pastor as a representative, I don't care who your representative is. I just need y'all all in the room with me so you know I'm being respectful. The investigation is still going on, which I think should only take the length of the video. I'm done.
Right. We ain't got
hey, I don't need weeks, months, or years as the mayor. I just need at the end of the video to be able to make my decision. Who's going and who's not going. If the decision comes down to me. If I'm part of the problem, then the attorneys for the family members have a whole nother fight on their hand.
Right.
You understand? And I don't know if they're going to start left to right or right to left. It's up to them. You understand? They might need to start in the courthouse, because in the courthouse is where you're going to get subpoena power. Right. And now you can subpoena records. You can subpoena stuff that you're not going to get, because they're going to say, we're still in the middle of an investigation, and I'm sorry, until the investigation is closed, you can't have access to evidence.
Those police officers need to be in the black community, because they don't shoot.
No. They just need to pretend that boy.
At all.
No. They don't need to have to be in the black community.
They don't shoot at all.
They just need to pretend he's black. Okay? Pretend that young man was black. Because there's another young man that was shot up, 90 rounds.
By the same.
Don't have to. I'm just talking about police in general. 90 rounds was shot at this guy, and his attorneys took over the case.
I think my analogy is better, because if you're not shooting people and you go into the black community, nobody would die.
No, if you think he's black, don't worry. They'll shoot up everything. They'll let out 90 rounds if he's black. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my point. They'll shoot him in his back if he's black. They won't ask any questions. In fact, when he's grabbing his T-shirt and he's trying to leave, and he's like, I'm out of here. This fight ain't mine. I'm going to leave. Then they'll gun him down and paralyze him. Okay? So how they fired really quickly? Mm-hmm. Right? But no children were screaming in the hallways. You didn't hear screaming children. How you can listen to screaming children? And the video that I saw, they were standing in the hallway like they were waiting on the Uber delivery.
Mm-hmm.
What like, hold on, the Uber's not here yet.
They
can't
were
move.
holding each other.
Rubbing each other's back, patting each other on the back with these long. One guy went out and got a bigger gun, came back and still didn't do nothing with the bigger gun. And he's supposedly someone whose wife was texting, hey, I'm shot. Your wife is in the classroom texting that she's being attacked, and you're not going to go in?
Where's the road cop? These ain't no Jack Bauer type cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jack Bauer would have.
You know Jack is fake.
But he's such a great cop.
I love that. I love when, like, we do it very often. We use movies as like evidence to things in real life all the time.
Look
Jack
here.
Bauer would have went in
the
there.
The Fulton County DA is using your lyrics in your rap song. So, hey, it's dangerous out there. Since we're using that. Yeah, I was very disappointed. I watched the video. I heard about the husband whose wife was killed in the classroom, who she was texting, and he was telling them that she was shot. And according to some of the reports, that they told him he couldn't go in. I want to see. I'm a female. I am a female. Can I say that one more time? I'm a female.
Are you a female by science?
I'm a female.
That's not. She used the proper term.
I'm a female.
So you're not a woman.
I said I'm a female.
She used the proper term.
Okay, the biological term.
So you're a
I'm
cis female.
I'm not a cis nothing.
Woman.
I don't have cis.
You can't add those two.
Yeah, you can't add nothing to me.
You can't put it's either male or female.
No, you got to say cis woman.
No, ma'am. I don't have to do that. That's society's.
She didn't say woman.
That's correct.
didn't say,
you saying cis woman, and I'm saying
that's
I'm
what
female.
they say in the street.
No,
Correct. I didn't say I'm a
said-
woman.
She didn't say she was.
You're
a
not
woman.
a woman.
I
She
said I'm
didn't
a
say it.
female.
Are you more than a woman?
I'm more than a
More
woman. I'm
than
a
a woman?
female. I'm a female. Okay. Can I say that
Are
again?
you
I'm
a
a female.
biological female?
I am a biological female.
Okay.
I'm a 100% unadulterated female with no titles on the left, the right, or the top or the bottom.
Okay.
Let me make my point. If my husband, who is a male, not a cis male, not a gender male, not a male male, not a male man, not a male-ish, okay? A whole biological male, 100%. Nothing added from the top, the side, or the bottom of the top, okay? Is in that classroom, and I'm in law enforcement, and I'm outside, and he texts me and says, I am in the classroom. I just got shot. Let me tell you something. I don't need the big gun because I'm going in with the little one in my hand.
You're going to Jack Bauer the situation.
Let me tell you something. I'd have been riddled with bullets if that boy turned around and shot me up. He'd have had to shot me
You
up.
sound like me.
That's
a
my
couple of episodes
point.
ago.
That's my point. You do it for your kid.
And
you
just,
understand?
Wait, so as you say you're not going to do it for your
Hey,
kids?
I will do it for my kids.
Okay.
But my point was,
Uh-huh.
if my spouse is in there
Oh, yeah, definitely.
texting me that he was shot,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you there's nobody on that police force, because that would be my last day at work. whether I lived, survived the
died.
bullets,
Or
or
died.
didn't survive the bullets. It would
Going
have been my
in,
last
going
day
in. Like,
at
if I'm
work.
gonna go out, we about to go out like some champs.
Because I would be going in. Thank you very much. And I would be going,
Going in and going out.
In and out. Okay? Either I'm going in and me and him are coming out, or I'm going in and neither one of us are coming out.
I get that.
But I'm going in.
Get it.
I'm going in.
I get it.
I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
I can't.
Cause you see yourself and that's what I know. Like you see yourself in reality and little things that you went in higher than
trust
the
me.
average.
Trust me. I've seen smaller things
Yeah.
where I have gone in. I'm just going to leave it there in a general sense. Okay?
Right.
No admission here. I'm a lawyer and I have the right to remain silent.
You
But,
know, I want to
hey,
testify, but I'm not.
Hey,
Because it was that one time.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. But I'm just saying, for the listeners, there are situations that didn't even involve something this serious.
Yeah.
Where I come in and I step in.
Yeah.
And I don't play. And that's whether it's my children, it's my spouse, it's my mother, it's my father. Family is where you got
And
me.
Dana.
And in fact,
Tire slashing Smith.
you have me at 4. You ain't even got to get the
I had your
family.
back. 3 weeks in, I was like, I got this.
Why does she think she had to have my back?
I didn't know you like that. I didn't know she was about that life, but she a lawyer and she can always bail me out. I got this. You just sit there and be pretty.
My point is, okay, you can't get me getting a text from my spouse and some superior
Tell
or
me
some
what I can't
coworker
do.
said, "Oh, you can't go in."
But you know what?
Marsha."
Let's dig into that, because there is a thing. It's that comply. When we're kids, we've been taught to it's a brainwashing thing.
Well,
Comply,
hierarchy.
comply,
Hierarchy
comply.
is what you've been taught.
Yeah,
Hierarchy.
yeah.
And that person talks to that person, and that person talks to that
And if
person.
you don't have that natural instincts, or if something hasn't happened to you when you complied and it just didn't work out in your favor,
yeah,
and
then you don't
and
have
you
the
broke
instinct.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you always have been, and I'm pretty sure as a police officer,
He's probably complied and it
he's
worked
been
out.
compliant, and he's been compliant all his life. So he's thinking, all right,
They say
got
I
a
can't go in.
strategy. They got it. There has to be a strategy for me not to be able to just jump in there.
They must know better.
They must know
Because
better.
they're at the top.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Negatory.
But see, that's different. And that also go back to what we were talking about. It's like when you have a child and you spread it out to the world to provide that life, it's something that you gonna do for that kid that can't nobody tell you anything
about that child.
about that child.
When it comes to rescuing that
When it
kid?
comes to rescuing
Yeah,
them.
it's funny. It's funny because I saw a comedian segment and it was hilarious where the comedian said he cannot swim and he was going to hang out with his friends and his mother said, "Hey, don't y'all get in that water. You cannot swim."
Mm-hmm.
And he said he got there and everybody was jumping in the water and he jumped in the water. He said when he went down and took the first swallow of water and he came back up and saw his mama, he said, "I started swimming." He was so scared. He started swimming.
Oh, Oh, and he learned how to swim that
Oh,
day.
he learned how to swim that day. He said when he came up and saw his mother right there, he knew she was going to kill him for getting in there. He said he started swimming right away, baby. So I think.
Speaking of that, I saw this video on Facebook, right? So the mama was like standing by the side of the pool, and she had a little kid in there who had his little arm things, like telling her, like,
The
"Look at me,
floaties?
mom, look at me," you know.
The
And then-
floaty.
yeah, the floaties. And then another child, she couldn't be more than 4. She had a little ponytail. She just jumped in the water. The mom was like, pulled her by her ponytail,
Brought her right
back down. And everybody was rolling. The girl was rolling, and then she went back to, hug the child that had the floaties.
Yeah.
To make sure, I saw what you did,
Yeah,
baby.
you were
But
so cute.
She grabbed that baby by her ponytail. She was like, and brought her out the water and set her right on the
That's
cement.
maternal.
It is
instinct.
It
There's a
is.
maternal
It is
instinct,
something.
and that's why to address this issue. That's why people don't understand how difficult a decision it is when a woman makes the choice.
Oh God.
I go back to that because there's
Them women don't have. It's a lot of them who don't have maternal.
no, they
instincts.
do. There's something hormonal in your body, and it goes to your brain that makes you.
Yeah, that's why the crackheads get off the crack too.
No.
They get off the crack to have the baby. Because you know that.
Yeah. It cures. People stop drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
People stop smoking.
It's a like you can drop it dead,
which is
like
crazy. And
turkey.
and without the pregnancy, you
Is
can't
it white
go
turkey?
It's cold turkey.
Cold
ma'am.
turkey.
Wow.
Is
Red
it white?
turkeys,
I knew when I
blue
was.
hams,
I knew when I was saying
yellow
it.
greens.
I was saying it. I just knew it was wrong, but I couldn't think of what
Look
it
here.
white
We
is. A
will
white
not-
turkey.
We are not-
That's the breast area. I like my turkey dark.
Look, we're
I
not
like
coming
it
to your
dark.
house because that white turkey we ain't eating.
I don't. No,
Purple
you're not gonna have no white turkey in my house because I don't like the white meat. I like mine. The black of the berry. The sweet of the
Okay.
juice.
All right, berry juice.
That's across the board.
White turkey. How about cold turkey? It's hard to quit things cold turkey, but when you get pregnant, you'll quit it all. You stop
That's true.
drinking, you stop smoking, you start eating right. It's amazing. It's like it's something that goes to the brain when the body says, "Hello, human on board."
Yeah.
Human on board, and you're like, okay, time to do things right. Let me go walk. Let me exercise. No, I'm not gonna have that piece of cake. It's too much sugar. No thanks. Normally you gulping the cake down. You don't care about too much sugar. You don't care about your blood sugars. The doctor's like, hey, your blood sugars are getting too high.
You don't wanna
Gestational
have that-
diabetes.
yeah,
you don't want
wanna
that
have that
baby. Oh, I
gestational
can't eat that. I'm
diabetes.
sorry. No, I'm eating salads now. And you do. You
And your body forces you to eat certain things too, like
things you crave. The things you crave.
It'll turn all healthy
It'll do
on
it.
you. Like, why am I eating asparagus? You don't even like asparagus,
Yeah.
but now
Now
eating
you're craving
asparagus. Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. But Uvalde, we are embarrassed for you. We are sympathetic to the families. We Diva Court love, concern, compassion, everything that we can push out for you is coming from us 100,000%. That this situation we cannot imagine. No words can express how you must feel and how tough this must be for you to have to deal with. And I just think and we pray that law enforcement gets better at making sure that they're properly trained to go in. But the video footage that I saw, it should be used across this country. Every law enforcement department needs to be able to see that. Topic number 2.
Yeah, just number 2.
January 6th, Commission is going to hold a primetime final hearing, people, coming up July 21st. Steve Bannon said, I'll come. And they said, no thanks. You missed your opportunity. It's been published that Steve Bannon thought he could delay his federal trial by asking to go testify. And the federal court judge says, nah, this is your second attempt. Sorry, sir. Come on in here Monday.
Not tonight, sir. Not tonight.
We'll see you Monday. Strike a jury and let's go. Do you think Bannon's going to be convicted?
What state is he being tried in?
Do you think your President Trump is going to pardon him?
What state is he being tried in?
I thought President Trump said he's still the president. Do you think he's going to pardon him?
Hey, I've never believed that he was the president.
He was up until January.
Well, there's that.
I think
What
Biden.
state is he in?
I think Bannon is going to be convicted.
What state is he in?
He's in federal court, so it doesn't.
It doesn't
really
matter. But
federal court's a little bit different.
But the jury is
I know the jury pool will still come from
yeah,
that.
the jury.
Producer, do you know?
I think it's. Virginia.
I don't remember what state.
I think that's
Virginia.
West
I'll double check.
Virginia,
Is
not,
it
not gonna be West Virginia.
South Virginia, or right
North
down the
Virginia?
street, or Nova,
or
right
Virginia
down-
Islands?
Northern Virginia. If it's Northern Virginia, he's definitely convicted. But if it's South Virginia,
I don't know, because remember, a lot of times federal court jury pool to me
Mm-hmm.
looks a little bit more well handpicked.
for you to go to jail.
Is that what it is?
I think it might be the DC circuit because it's
Oh.
about lying to Congress. you
Okay,
remember
so if
the
it's
charge.
Nova,
It's a contempt charge.
if it's Nova, he going down.
It's a contempt
Northern
charge.
Virginia. I used to stay in Northern Virginia.
So
It's
Steve
going
Bannon.
down.
Steve Bannon. No, but what was reckless about Steve Bannon is there was audio shared with the January 6th commission that he was saying exactly what Trump was going to do. And that's exactly what Trump did.
We need to play the
And he was
audio.
on there going, this is our plan. Our plan is that even if Biden wins, that we are not going to concede. And what we're going to do is we're going to shut down all the polling stations, all 50 states. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say he's still the winner and he's going to go ham. It's going to be effing ridiculous. It's going to be wild.
I think a lot of that was tongue in cheek. I believe that some of it was true, but I don't think everything. I think it was more salacious than it was.
I don't think that was salacious.
Well,
I think that man knew exactly the fact that he was dealing with a psycho, and he knew what that psycho was capable of doing, and they were talking about it in the backroom process, and that's why when he was talking to this group, he could tell them what they were going to do because they had already discussed it.
I just think like there's
You
some
don't find it suspect that what he's saying that they were going to do and what their plan. In fact, he's alleging this is our plan. You don't find that his allegations matches exactly what occurred.
So when I watched the video, there were certain things in there that I thought were just tongue in cheek, but there were certain things that I thought that exactly what their strategy is. I mean, that's everybody's strategy. I mean, he just got caught. There's conversations you and I are going to have that nobody is going to hear. And
It will not be about overthrowing the government. I can guarantee you that.
allegedly.
They would like you to specify a little bit tighter. It's overturning an election that they believed to have been fraudulent.
Okay, so let's get more specific. You and I will not be discussing overturning the election.
That we believe is fraudulent.
Correct.
We would discuss it.
No, we
If
wouldn't.
we believe that election was fraudulent and you were running and I was your campaign manager and we believe we would have
I
conversations.
didn't say sincerely believe.
Well, I liked how you had me set up because I was about to knock it out the park.
Okay, put your ball down.
I'm taking my ball and going home. But no, if we believe that the election was fraudulently gained, right?
No, but then we wouldn't be trying to close the polls. We would be filing the
I think
appropriate
that was the tongue in
challenges.
cheek part. Like, we gonna close the polls, girl. We gonna go get our nails done.
No.
No.
Cutie
Girl,
nails
close
and
the polls,
spa.
get your nails done.
We're going to Cutie Nails and Spa.
Spa,
And
yeah.
we're going to tell them to tell everybody to go tear
And
up all.
he better not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just
No.
feel like
No.
maybe that's just white people like tongue in cheek, where ours is like, and girl, you know I was gonna slap him to next week. Maybe, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Can we play the video?
The only reason I say that is
Are we able
because
to?
the only reason I say
I
that
feel like the listeners should know what video we're talking about so that they can understand. Like, I'm not Team Bannon. And I do believe that there are a couple of things that he said that were like, yeah, we're going to do. But then it was like, yeah, you know, he ain't never going to have to run again, which I believe was just, you know, when I slap him.
But I don't think they're worried about him saying he's never going to run again. I think the concern
I mean,
was
as in, he's never going to run again because he'll be the president for the rest of his life.
he's never
Because
going to
we're
have to
taking over
run
the
again.
government, allegedly.
Correct.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the media.
No, that was to me, he's tongue in cheek / honestly telling you
What they were doing.
what that man is
was going to
do.
do. Yeah.
Like he's like, we might
Yep.
not ever have another president
Because this is what we're
because
doing.
of this
elected-
man.
Okay. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean that he was supporting that, right? Is that what
Are
you're
you
going with that?
serious?
I don't know.
And I didn't hear on that video, and I am not going to be a part of that.
Allegedly.
I didn't hear that on the video.
All right, so this is courtesy of Mother Jones, and I'm going to try
To play it for us. The producer's going to play what you want to hear. Aren't you excited, Diva?
I am.
Listeners, stay tuned. We're going to play a brief clip of Mr. Bannon regarding the January 6th commission's tape that was released, or the audio. I wonder if he knew he was being recorded.
That is a question.
No, I think they...
Because it sounded like
They say he was secretly recording.
Oh, so he didn't
But
know he was
he
being
didn't
recorded.
know.
Well, you
Now-
know, that's happened before. You remember
Now,
when
depending
Obama was
on
running?
what state you're in.
That's correct. There's some states a two-party
That's
state,
illegal.
and you would have to notify him that he was being recorded. Unfortunately, where he was evidently is not. One-party states means that only one party needs to know it's being recorded, and that one party could be the person recording.
Right.
So for our listeners, you just got a quick synopsis in one-party, two-party states and
Nice.
what that means. So don't you come recording me because it's legal in this state. You
It
better
is
tell
legal.
me you're recording me. Okay?
It depends on what the information I'm trying to
That's
purge.
right. That's
We'll
right.
play-
Just know you're always being recorded. Just know that.
Absolutely. That's exactly
how
how,
you
this
probably
diva
should live.
speaks.
Just operate
Yes,
like
I
you're
I do
always
live
being
like
recorded.
that. I live like
Like if I was gonna say it,
no.
But see, that's
no.
the
Let me
streets,
quote
though.
somebody. Let me quote some. I said
What I
said.
My thing is like, if I was gonna say it to, if I said it behind your back, I'd say it to you.
Well, you know that's the type of person I am. What you've heard behind your back is what you heard in front of your face first. So
Oh,
when
no,
a person
I
comes
might
and
talk
says to
about
you,
them.
no, if somebody comes to you and says, Marsha said this about you, that you're going to be able to say, oh no, she told me yesterday.
See, I'm not saying the opposite, but I'll talk about somebody behind their back, and then if they ask about it, I say, yeah, I said it.
No. I'm going to tell you because if I'm a true believer in if I have beef with you, I'm a fry it on your grill.
I'm a believer in.
I'm a
I
grill.
feel like, let me say this. I don't really have beef with people because it just
No. The term beef is
no. I get what you're saying.
disagreement. Then just
Okay,
like
so-
if there's something you did that I'm going
like.
to discuss with someone else, meaning if it's important enough for me to tell somebody else, I think it's important enough for me to tell you.
See, but I'm like a person where, okay, should have this bothered me, and then I'll tell my friend, or I'll tell you like
No.
this
So
happened.
then what you're doing is you're trying to determine if you're offended already.
I know. Yes. So now I have to, so now I didn't spread the rumor like, girl, let me tell you what happened. And so this is me. That's what I do. Like I'll tell everybody else. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'm not offended. Should I be offended? Maybe you shouldn't be offended. Now that such and such said I would and I was wrong, maybe I shouldn't. So now that I talked about you behind your back to all my people, if it get back to you, I have to be like, yes.
No, let me define for you talking behind your back.
Okay.
Dana was horrible, girl. You should have seen what she did. She was just pulling them earrings down her ear, and I can't believe she did that. And then I asked her, could I wear them? And she said no. And last week I loaned her something. I think she's trifling. That's talking behind your back.
Oh, okay.
You come in the room, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I asked her for a piece of that candy, and she said no. I wonder if she didn't have any more, or if she just felt like, because I'm diabetic, I probably don't need candy, or she knows I'm trying to lose weight, so she felt like she would not be helping me with my diet. You're questioning whether you should be offended or not.
Yeah.
That's different.
But I say I'll talk to like tended like you.
No, but
also, that's different than presenting. The key hook on that part is that you've got to present as if you wanted that nothing's wrong. That I don't find anything you do offensive. So, can you believe she did that? Oh, hey, how you doing? You so good. Blah, blah, blah. That's talking behind your back.
But see, I think I do that too though, because like I don't be.
Oh my God.
So you a back talker.
I think so, like because like I get over stuff so quick that might be mad in the moment and be like, "Hey,
The
girl,
smile in your
let me tell you
face
something. I got
all the
into
time
it.
to want to take your place.
I don't know about wanting to take your place, but I'll be talking about you behind your back. I think like let me tell you, like I got into it with a girl right at work, and then like I got into it to where I was about to fire off on her, but I was pregnant, so I controlled myself.
Wow.
And then The next day, I was like, "Hey, girl,"
And she said she's pregnant and hormonal.
and I was like, and then I said, "Ooh, I shouldn't have been talking to her because I don't like her right now." Because I just get over.
Ma'am, I'm
stuff
so glad
quick.
you had that baby because it had you on a hormonal
No,
ride.
I'm
That's
still
because
like
it's
that.
different. That's
I
because
just
it's
get
just that's different.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's you have gotten over whatever the thing was.
Yeah, I be yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
I'll
still-
dog you out
That's-
and then be cool tomorrow.
That's
No.
not still having the grudge and then being
Right,
Yeah,
right,
I don't-
right.
I feel like I don't have enough
So
energy
there-
to care
there-
that much about
there are
you,
levels.
unless I care about you. You know,
Then there are levels.
Then there's levels.
So, and what you're saying
be
is,
very specific because
you
the
have
last
3
time we
levels.
said there's levels to something, we
You
got in
s-
trouble.
Okay, so the first level is this. You're saying sometimes I'm just questioning and inquiring, should I be offended by what happened? Because I really wasn't sure. And then sometimes you actually did something and I'm talking behind your back.
Yes.
And then sometimes I'm actually telling you and talking behind your back. Or talk behind your back and then come tell you to your face.
Yeah,
Then
Or-
that's not talking behind your back.
and then I mean maybe I won't tell you, but
But are you not telling because you don't want to tell?
maybe I don't want the conflict because I know I'll beat you up. Like,
She don't want the conflict. She knows she'll fall on the
That's what I was
ground.
about to say.
Based on her fighting history, that's why she don't want the conflict. She tired of taking them L's.
well, like maybe I don't want the conflict because I'm like, am I being petty? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
But that's you
That's my
trying
point.
to figure out if
Whether
you're
you should be
actually
offended.
Like, I don't be scared to. Like, I ain't never scared.
That's not what we're saying.
Okay.
We're saying you're confused.
I just be.
And
going
you're trying to
there.
figure out.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna just. And
What
I'm just.
I'm trying to tell you is talking behind your back is very simple. I say something to other people that's demeaning and defaming about you.
Uh-huh.
And
when
I don't say it
see
to you.
I don't say it to you. And I keep interacting with you
As if nothing is
everything's
wrong.
okay.
Ta-da!
That's talking behind your back. It requires those two things.
Okay.
So you say I do one,
Just
but I don't
because
do
you're
two.
talking behind your back because you're trying to figure out, am I offended? Did she do this because is she that? Is not the same as, oh, she is that. Oh, hey, girl.
Yeah.
Maybe I do that at work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my word. We can't help you.
I know.
It's okay. I'm glad
I
you-
be telling people I be fake. Like, I be so fake. Like, the people who know me know.
You
and
must
then the
think
people-
fake is real.
I know. That's exactly true.
All
Like,
right.
I'm fake. That's how real I am. I'm gonna just let you know.
See,
Like, I be faking.
This is why we're ready to play this video.
Okay, we ready to play. Well, we needed some commentary so you to
I mean,
figure out how to push
no, I
play.
already
You know
know
what
how
I'm
to
saying?
Press
push
play
play.
already.
Y'all
Just
are-
push play already.
All right,
You
so
know, our last
listeners, here
producer
comes
had
the
the video up. and-
Audio clip.
See, he still ain't ready.
No, because he's gonna sit right there and say they stole it. I'm
Yeah,
doing
agreed.
I'm directing the Attorney General to shut down all ballot places in all 50 states. It's gonna be no. He's not going out easy. If Biden's winning, Trump is gonna do some crazy shit.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. You knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And you didn't disassociate yourself from it. In fact, you took the money, building the wall, and bought a yacht.
Oh, that happened?
Yeah. And then he got arrested for it, and Trump pardoned him. Because they lied to the people. They collected all that money, build a wall.
Wait,
build
did
a
they
wall, build a wall.
voluntarily? They wait.
Well,
Yes.
okay.
Well, you
hold
can't-
on. You can't deceive me in how you gonna get my money,
No, that's not.
and
what
then
I was-
turn around
that's
and
not what I
spend it
was
on your new
asking.
house.
That's not what I was asking. I was asking like they had a campaign to build a wall, and
Yes,
some idiots
and collected money.
thought that they should use their personal money instead of
Millions,
taxpayers' dollars.
correct, millions.
Because if it was gonna happen, it would be with taxpayer money.
What part of M in millions do you not understand?
Wait, so was this gonna be a private wall?
They didn't ask. They just said build a wall, and they took
Well,
millions.
you gotta get got. Were they mad?
Who? The people who got?
Yeah.
People who get got don't like to say they got.
Were they mad? Like,
Because that means getting is good.
You ever heard somebody that got come and say I got? No, they're like I did that on my own.
how they know
Fruition.
that they used those particular dollars for his yacht?
What part of
when
police
you look
investigation
at
don't
bank
you
accounts,
understand?
the way his bank account
It's
works.
set up.
Man,
And the money
He
getting
ain't-
transferred
he ain't
from
go
that
through
one
like
to that one.
several shell companies. He ain't put
What
up like
kind
a
of
fake 1099 contractor
Wow,
business.
why
from
would you
a-
work that hard when it's this easy?
Trump ain't got to do it, so why do I?
Sure didn't. He didn't even show his taxes to become president, and didn't show him while he was.
I'm just saying,
He's
like,
still
if you
getting
gonna be
audited,
out
you
here
know
in
that.
these streets.
Let me tell you, he didn't fix that IRS inefficiency.
He didn't. Not while he was there 4
They
years.
still auditing.
They still auditing him.
Well, that works in his favor.
Yes, it did. But my point is, Mr. Bannon, hopefully you get convicted for your conduct after a fair trial. Unbelievable. All right. So speaking of being conviction, I have a conviction against Herschel Walker running for the Senate in the state of Georgia. Listeners, we have a campaign in Georgia for senator. Herschel Walker, former football player. You can tell based on the concussions that you hear coming out of his mouth.
Is that
This
from
young
that? It
man-
sounded like he was boxing.
Let me tell you something. He might have been boxing that ball.
He did participate in UFC, well, not UFC, but mixed martial arts
Oh, that explains
when
it.
he was 40.
Kick to the head and a lick to the head, and the mouth is, that's what it's.
Maybe they just want Raphael Warnock to win. The
Honey,
Republicans.
they don't.
They have to, because
They-
when you just put up trash,
Let me
what do
tell you
expect?
something. When your campaign is trash, your party is trash, you're going to produce trash.
Well, what I'm saying is
Garbage
that
in, garbage out.
There's some good Republicans.
They are left the party.
There's a few.
All
good Republicans.
hey, the good Republicans that I have seen have left the party.
I like Ben Sash.
Like I said, the
He's
good
Been sassy. You been
Ben
sassy?
Sassy. Ben
the
Sassy.
good Republicans have left the party because they're fighting a losing battle. This is Trumplicans, okay, not Republicans. And the Trumplicans cannot come up with anybody decent because Herschel Walker was endorsed by Donald Trump. Okay, does that
That's
tell
what
you
they be
anything?
having too many rules, like
Rules about what?
rules like you can only be married once. You cannot have kids outside of
Oh, you mean
wedlock.
the qualifications to be a good Republican? Yes. Oh, because we're
where
conservative
none of them,
Christians.
None of them meet
that?
the requirements.
It's hard to meet
So
those
then
requirements
you
when you're
lie about
human.
it.
When
You
you're
lie
human,
about it.
they need to say humans. We respect everyone.
Yeah.
We'll respect everyone's position.
I mean, they missed that Bible verse that says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of the Lord.
yeah, that didn't. And
They
it
missed
was
that
in
one.
2 Corinthians.
Too. I was just talking about that this week. I said, once I heard him say 2 Corinthians, I said, it's over. It is done.
It was
And then, like,
2
the
Corinthians.
evangelical Christians,
Oh,
their
trust me.
faces had to be like,
No.
Who?
So that's how you pronounce it.
I said 2 Corinthians. I just want y'all to turn y'all Bibles to my
He had
favorite
his
Bible
upside down.
verse.
He has it upside
2
down.
Corinthians.
He had
I
it
said,
upside down.
Is that after chapter 1?
He didn't even know what direction to hold.
Is that okay, sir? You said so. Chapter 2 in Corinthians. Which one?
He didn't
2.
even know.
Okay,
So-
but which one?
So let's talk about
2.
So let's talk about his endorsed candidate in Georgia. Herschel Walker is doing a speaking engagement running for senator, and he starts talking about climate control, the air quality. And he says the air quality in China
I've got the video.
is
You don't have
bad.
to quote him.
Please
Throw it
let's-
up.
Let's
Throw
hear the
it
video.
up. Diva Court is prepared to let you hear it.
We're going to put from the Green New Deal millions or billions of dollars cleaning our good air up.
He said good
So
idea.
all of a sudden China and India ain't putting nothing in there cleaning that situation up. So all that bad air is still there. But since we don't control the air, our good air decided to float over to China, bad air.
It decided.
So when China gets our good air, their bad air gotta move. So it moves over to our good air space. And now we gotta clean that back up.
Yeah. He's just talking about the water cycle.
No,
So first,
That's
that-
the air
that's
streams
first.
of the jet.
First, let's get the legalities out the way. That
All
was
right.
provided by the Lincoln Project.
Okay.
Who had the nice little music in the
Oh, yeah, I
background.
heard
yeah, I like the doot doot
To let you know how the air
got over to
moves
China.
the bad air.
And the bad air.
mean,
Let me tell you where the bad air is coming from. Him.
Scientifically.
No, that's where the hot air comes from.
Scientifically, he was in the ballpark.
Which one? The one in China?
The pollution in China is not great.
He was on Earth. Is that what you're saying?
The pollution in China is not great, just like the pollution in California is trash.
He said we got it from China. And they said our good air.
Hold
on, let me quote
California
him.
is closer to China.
Our good air decided to go over into their bad air. It decided. It decided.
China where the iPhone.
Let me tell you something.
So good air is like, let me get to the iPhone.
Let me tell you something. I'd rather vote for a donkey because at least that jackass can't pass legislation to F up our future. How about that? That man said, and we get the bad air over here, and then we got to clean that up.
It does get over here, but through the wind cycle.
Okay.
The wind
cycle.
The wind
cycle.
You're doing your best.
Yeah,
Herschel
she is.
Walker.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Through the wind.
Wind.
Aren't there some jet streams that go like this?
Wow.
And then they have like hurricanes and tornadoes.
Let me tell you something. Did you hear the people laughing in there like they thought he was joking, and then some of them stopped laughing when they realized he wasn't?
Is he serious?
He's joking, right, honey?
Is he
really? He's joking?
serious?
Maybe.
Ooh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Like I said,
what has this country come to?
The only reason why they probably went for Herschel Walker is because he was black.
No, correct.
And from Georgia.
Correct. I agree with that.
And
you know what?
Republican.
I will drink to that.
Nice.
I was thirsty.
And she forgot. You forgot how good it tastes, huh?
It's been too long.
No, they picked him because he was black.
Yeah.
And they need a black man to run against a black man.
He was
whether
Georgia
he's
and
got
Republican.
good air, bad air, or is full of hot air. Okay?
Yeah.
And that is just ridiculous.
Did you hear that Condoleezza Rice? She is part owner of the Denver Broncos now.
Is that what you thought of when I said they went to somebody black?
Wait,
Condoleezza Rice.
Condi, yeah.
Go ahead,
She
Condi.
is. Condi is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
She was a part of that conglomerate.
Condi came in.
Because
She
I
is now
thought
an
what
owner.
you call it was.
I didn't realize she liked that sport that
what
much.
She was in
She's a big
She's
sports
really
fan.
big in football, especially college. And she was on the first panel for the when they did the they changed the
National
football
Championship
league.
Committee.
Yeah,
I did not know that, but she is an owner now.
Shout out to
Shout out to
Condi.
Condi. Go ahead, Condi.
I guess I'll support her if she ran for president.
Hold up, pull up.
That's too
Pull up.
much.
That's too much. You're going too far now. You're going too far. Condoleezza, I'm with you because you're smart and you're a black female. But I question some of your actions.
Like how I question like
Biden?
Vice
Kamala.
President Harris.
Kamala.
Vice President Harris.
Yes. Kamala.
I feel like
Let me tell you something.
What?
I don't question Kamala like I question Condi. And the reason is
she's a vice president.
and that's why I don't question her the same.
What about my boy that just passed maybe a year or two ago?
Colin?
Yes.
I love him. And let me tell you why. Because he was respectful to speak truth to life. When they were wrong, despite his party affiliation, he said they were wrong.
But initially he went out there and he said what?
Because they
said.
gave him bad garbage.
Oh, okay.
They gave him garbage and lied to him, and he trusted them. And that's why he should not have trusted them. And then when he realized they lied to him, he started speaking out.
Is it
and
because
that's
he's
what
Jamaican?
I love.
That's why you like him, huh?
He's not even born in Jamaica.
But he can still be Jamaican.
Okay, everybody really is Jamaican. They just don't know it yet. The boat did pass by Jamaica, dropped off a few, and kept coming to America, people. So you're Jamaican even if you don't want to own it. Just like you're claiming Africa.
Wouldn't they be picking up a few if they was?
No, they were dropping off a few. The
Right,
ones,
so they
the
were
ones in
from
Jamaica
Africa.
were a little bit rowdy, and they said, "Whoo, pull up, put them off."
Pull up. My Ethiopian ancestors, they weren't rowdy.
They were calm.
They were very calm, and when they were doing their trade on
They
the
like
East
hierarchy.
Coast, they just got caught up in the slave trade.
They like hierarchy.
Because
Is
Muslims
that what
could
21 and I mean, what is that one?
what?
52 and you, whatever. Is that what they told you?
I'm just saying.
Right. Back to the topic
all
at
of
hand.
my-
So
when
you,
I-
wait, one more question. So you let the white man tell you the story of when you were
Yes,
African?
yes,
No,
she
this
did.
is this. I
Yes,
remember.
she did.
Y'all don't remember? I told y'all this a long time.
She
ago
paid the
when I
white
made
man
it
to tell her
up.
where he stole her
No,
from, too.
the white man told me that I was Nigerian, which I didn't necessarily.
You didn't believe him?
No, I didn't believe him.
That's where he stole you from?
right, but that just because they steal you from Nigeria don't mean you're.
You
from
came from
Nigeria.
there. Okay.
Right. That's where they picked you up from. Oh,
Okay.
we picked you up from here.
So you must
all
be
you gotta
from
have
there.
is black skin, and you from Africa.
Wonderful. You can't speak. Your skin is light. You're not from
Ooh.
Africa.
Ethiopians are of lighter complexions.
Okay, whatever. All right.
I feel like that's a great note.
That's a great note about Ethiopians. Let's talk about Ethiopians.
What about them?
Love is Blind. Somebody's suing on Love is Blind
What does that have to do with Ethiopians?
because somebody's saying that it was very dark on the set.
Are
And
you-
the treatment felt like he was black.
Okay. I was trying to say, are you calling?
He said
Okay, you tried it.
they treated me like I was black.
With it.
You don't like the connection?
I'm going with
You just
it.
mad because I can
I'm-
reach over there and bring it
Go
over?
ahead, just bring it through. Bring it home, honey. Bring it home.
He
Bring it
said
home.
that they treated me like I was black. It was horrible work conditions, and I couldn't go anywhere. And all they served us was alcohol, so we could act a fool on camera.
You know what you signed. up
1
for.
week, 1 week at work. 1 week at work.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I quit, and then I filed a lawsuit.
I
But you
watched-
know what? I think he filed the lawsuit because he knew, listeners, that his contract said he owed them money if he left. So I think he just beat them to court. Don't you?
I think that he didn't win.
He only stayed a week.
He only stayed a week. You didn't.
So he didn't
you
stay long
get
enough
that
to
far.
win.
He, didn't get
He
that
quit. And he knew he's supposed
far. I
to.
don't even remember. Maybe they
No,
cut
I
him
don't
out.
think he quit. I think
He
just
left.
didn't.
He didn't- no, he didn't match
got
anybody.
Booted. He just got booted because no one
Yeah,
matched.
I feel like he didn't match anybody.
So you think because he was not a match,
Yeah.
he got mad and
and
said,
maybe all his scenes was cut out.
so
because-
he wouldn't owe them any money under the contract then.
So here's the thing. There's a lot of people on that show. And then there's so many people that, like, when you see him in the background, you're like, oh, I've never seen him do an interview, or I've never seen this person do an interview. And so if you're interesting, they do interviews. And then if you somehow have a storyline, then they'll do an interview because now you made a connection with someone. If you're not interested, or maybe you didn't make a connection, or they probably cut out a lot of his scenes.
Have you ever wondered what lawyer took that case?
I think it's more of a question of that the environment was so controlling
That he couldn't make a connection.
that if he wanted to leave,
He
the
couldn't.
hook of the 50,000 that
Kept
he would
him there.
owe kept him there. So it was a situation that was
So he says hostile. I'm hostile. I'm hostage. I can't leave here because I don't want to pay you $50,000.
That's-
And then this is
that
horrible,
sound
and I
like
had
what
to
the
stay,
police
and I
did
couldn't
when
make
they
a
got-
connection.
See, that's another weak ass position. Like, if I'm being mistreated, and I have experienced life not being mistreated, so I'm not brainwashed in mistreatment, and this is how life is.
Well, hold
I
on a
leave.
second. Now, if I'm mistreated and I'm gonna hold somebody $50,000 and I'm broke, you gonna mistreat me for how long? I just need a week. I might take that week's mistreatment just not to have to cut you a check.
I mean, I would have just.
No, you know what? I
Left
just
and
thought of
cut you a
something.
check.
People do it all the time, and they do it even with medical. I've had individuals say, I didn't take my child to the emergency room because I was scared that they weren't gonna pay the claim. I didn't go to the hospital because I didn't want my insurance.
Well,
not to
what
pay. So
I'm-
money motivates people to do things. It does, and it motivates people not to do things. I've had people who needed to call an ambulance at their home to get a ride to a hospital, and they were scared about the ambulance cost because they didn't have health insurance. They didn't think about their safety first.
What I'm saying is, if the story is that he didn't create a relationship, so he was not on there long enough, then, and now you're suing about the conditions, then you don't.
No, I
have-
don't think he's saying I should have stayed longer. I think he's saying it was just so hostile that I couldn't leave sooner.
I know, but what I'm saying is that if I'm being that mistreated, I'm going to leave and still sue you.
No, I'm not leaving because I won't owe you $50,000. So I want you to boot me so I can come sue you for them bad conditions. And I don't want you to be able
So
to counterclaim
he had a
for your
strategy.
$50,000. He had to have a strategy. He needed one because
So then you subjected yourself to
no,
those
you can have a
conditions.
contract, and you don't. You have a contract. It's not egregious enough for you to be able to say, "Oh my God, this is bad." It's not a crime. I can't call the police. I think if he could have called the police, he would have. But he was not in a situation where he could call the police, and he has a contract. He's worried about that $50,000. You have to remember, not everybody has a relationship with an attorney sitting next to them that can say, I'll call my lawyer and get
she'll
you.
sue your ass. She be waiting to sue somebody.
So he had to get out of that environment first. I can understand him being afraid of that $50,000 out fee. And you know what? They probably put that in the contract. You're so desperate to get on the show and you think it's going to be fun because I looked at all these reality shows not realizing these are clips. Some of this stuff is fake. It's put together by producers. It's edited very nicely. And you might think you're going to get your 15 minutes of fame and you're going to become famous and now you're going to make millions and millions of dollars like everybody else. No, it didn't work out for him. And he's realizing now, whoa, this is not what these people said it was going to be. And they treated us horribly. I agree with the sewer. Kudos to Love and Blind lawsuit. May the best man win. And that's Diva Court.
Are you done or are you finished?
Both. And we didn't say we'll drink to that, but we did. Listeners,
I really didn't want to drink to that.
Oh, but you shouldn't have if you weren't thirsty. You would see that thirst got you to drink. Oh, so you did exactly what he did.
We'll drink
he
to
stayed because of the 50,000, and you drank because you was thirsty.
We'll drink to that.
We'll drink to that. Please look for our episodes every Wednesday. We push them out for you, listeners. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Don't forget to look for our videos each week. Subscribe. And don't forget to check out our sponsor, Cutie Nails and Spa.
Hey, cutie.
Where a group of cuties will take good care of you.
It's not a harem. Use Cutie Court as your code for your discount.
Ta-da! And as we say here on Diva Court, we'll drink to that. Woo! We got to drink to that.